Hello, my name is Jamie and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Unlike any other YouTube channel that showcases Pokemon Go PvP content, mine exclusively showcases Shadow Pokemon. So, if you're into that type of content, I'd appreciate if you could like and subscribe.
So, let's get into today's video. In today's video, we take on the Master League Classic. And we are using a very, very special team to me. Obviously, I grew up in the 90s, so Kanto is the generation, the OGs, the main generation that I grew up with. In this video, we're using a triple Shadow, triple Kanto, triple non-legendary team. Furthermore, as Dragontail recently got a buff, we are going to use Dragontail Dragonite. Not Dragon Breath, but Dragontail. So, the team we're going to be rolling with is the Shadow Dragonite lead, rolling with Dragontail, Dragonclaw, Hurricane. We're going to have our Shadow Machamp with counter, cross chop and rock slide. And we're going to have the big thick boy in the back, Shadow Snorlax, equipped as our best buddy, running Lick, Body Slam and Superpower. And without any further ado, let's get into the battles. So, in this first matchup, we have our Shadow Dragonite into a Kyogre. This is beautiful. They instantly swap out into a Dialga. This is where Shadow Machamp comes in. We're going to spam this cross chop off as soon as possible. See what the opponent wants to do. Opponent lets us go through and we manage to farm down. The opponent's waiting out the switch time. We're expecting to come back in with a Kyogre. They actually bring in a Togekiss. You can see this team is super weak to Togekiss. However, we do now have the alignment we want. We're going to bring in our Snorlax to match this Togekiss. I'm over farming. I'm expecting the swap at some stage. So I'll throw in the middle of the charm animation to make sure they can't swap and I get off this Body Slam. Body Slam draws the shield and now they do swap. So we also swap straight back into our Dragonite and you can see these Dragontails are absolutely chunking. Dragon Breath always hits super hard anyway. But these Dragontails are really shredding through it. Opponent throws a charge move. They haven't got enough energy for anything other than a surf, so I no shield. You see, even resisted. Dragonite is quite squishy. It does do quite a lot of damage. We managed to farm down and we're going to get off this Dragonclaw. Just do a little bit of chip to the Togekiss. See, there hardly does anything, but the Togekiss is now below half health. Charge move coming through. We're going to shield this up. Opponent's win condition here is getting the boost. First one comes through. We're building up to the back-to-back. Opponent is going to get off a last-minute Ancient Power. Again, fishing for the boost. Opponent gets the boost, but we are at the back-to-back. First Body Slam should get the shield, which it does. Second Body Slam should take him out, even though they have raised their defense. Shadow Snorlax not messing about. GG's their opponent. Moving on into this next battle. We have our Shadow Dragonite lead into a Giratina Origin. This is a fairly good matchup. Obviously, we do have to be careful of the Shadow Ball and the Dragon Pulse. We swap out on 8. As they stated, I'm expecting they do have Dragon Pulse, which they do. I've seen a lot more Dragon Pulse Giratina this season. I think it's due to the increase in Yveltas. Obviously, as that's recently been in raids, that is now quite a meta pick. And running the standard moveset of Ominous Wind and Shadow Ball, you would be completely walled, whereas Dragon Pulse does give you an out. We're met with a Kyogre. We let this go down. And we're going to wait out our switch timer and come back in with our Dragonite. We fire off this charge move right at the back-to-back. First one comes through. Opponent actually shields. I'm wondering what they've got in the back. We'll fire off another charge move. This should get the Kyogre quite low. They get to a last-minute charge through move. Even though this is just a surf, I am getting quite low on HP, so I am going to shield this up. We managed to farm down. Let's see what the opponent has in the back. In the back is a Dialga. So in comes Machamp. I'm expecting them to swap, which they do. Normally this is a terrible matchup, but we know they're running twin nukes. We know this is Shadow Ball and Dragon Pulse. So we get off this Rock Slide, gets them really low. We're going to have to shield this up, counter them down. One of the few times you're going to see a Machamp beat a Giratina Origin. The countdown gives enough health for this cross chop. Firing this cross chop into Dialga and Machamp clutches out game 2. GG's to that opponent. So off to a 2-0 start. And there is the glaring weakness. The Togekiss lead. This is really bad for us. Obviously our only answer is Snorlax. And we are now met with a Groudon. Again, this isn't a great matchup for Snorlax, so we're going to really struggle to take out this Togekiss. We are actually probably not going to be able to win back Switch either. We're going to spam out these Body Slams, trying to get the Groudon low. We actually draw a shield, so perhaps with shield advantage we can do something. Charge move coming through. I expect this to be the Earthquake, but I'm not going to shield because even if I shield, one more Body Slam isn't going to be enough to take him out. I'm going to wait out my switch timer and look to completely farm down with Dragonite. Charge move coming through. We resist all moves here, so nothing to worry about. We do farm down. Unfortunately, we're a little bit short of the Hurricane. Togekiss comes back in. And now we fire off this Hurricane. Let's see if the opponent wants to use a last shield. They do. We actually CMP tie. I'm going to shield this up in case they've got something in the back we can't handle. We're going to bring in our Machamp and look to get to this rock side. Opponent makes a great swap into a Psychic. I assume this is a Mewtwo, which it is, but unfortunately we're just going to get Psycho cut down. We do still have a shield, so our only win con here is completely farm down and land the Hurricane. So we'll shield this up. We should be able to farm down. Oh, and we're one fast move short. So you see there, even though we had a terrible alignment, we're only one fast move over turning that match. Togekiss leads are really hard for this team, and in that match we just didn't have the alignment we wanted. But GG's to that opponent, so we're 2-1 for the set. And we pick up another terrible lead. We've got Excadrill, so we instantly swap again into our Snorlax. And the opponent switches out into their Dialga, so they've got a double steel team. Charge move coming through. This is going to be the Iron Head. We will shield this up, as we are really looking to flip this switch advantage. I build up to the back-to-back superpowers, and I'm going to bait with Body Slam. We get the first shield, and now we're going to fire off this superpower to see if the opponent wants to commit both shields in this matchup. Opponent does double shield. We managed to get to one more superpower. I'm hoping this is going to be enough to take out the Dialga. And we managed to flip switch, so in the 2-to-1 shield, Snorlax actually wins. We just miss out on this superpower, but that's fine. We've now flipped that opening matchup. We can now bring in our Machamp. Machamp comes in. Opponent looks like it was banking on us coming back in with Dragonite, and throw a rock slide, which is resisted. We get a bit of lag, but now we've got a great matchup as these Snarls do hardly anything and our Dragon Tails really chunk. Dark Pulse does do about 50-60%. We can survive. And we get off this Dragon Claw. And we're going to look to farm down, which we do. Excadrill is not going to be able to farm us down because the Mud Shots are double resisted. You can see these Dragon Tails are really chunky. An opponent is going to have to throw, or they will get farmed down, but we still got a shield. We're going to let this go through and come with our Machamp. One count is enough to take him out. GG's to that opponent. Off to a 3-1 start. Let's see if we can finish this set strong. So we've got a Dragonite into a Landorus. This is kind of a neutralist matchup, as we do have to be wary of the Stone Edge. Opponent actually baits with a superpower. They are one short of the Stone Edge, which is a bit of a strange play. So I wonder if they're running superpower, Earth Power, which would be a spicy moveset. Opponent then switches into the Excadrill. They fire off the Drill Run, which we don't shield, as we know we can survive, and we look to fire off this Cross Chop. Opponent doesn't shield, so we managed to win switch. Our Machamp is quite low, but these Mud Shots aren't really doing enough. We get to a last minute Cross Chop, which is resisted due to Landorus's ground flying typing, but you can see there they are quite squishy, so they do shield. We bring back in our Dragonite, who has loaded energy, and we look to get the opponent's last shield or take him out. We do get the opponent's last shield. I expect this time they are going to throw the Stone Edge, so I look to instantly catch onto Snorlax. Again, they throw a superpower, so I think at this stage it's confirmed they are running superpower and Earth Power. Opponent switches into Hydreigon in the back, which isn't going to appreciate this superpower. Gets us quite low. We manage to farm down with our Dragonite, and opponent leaves the match. So you can see there, we managed to go 4-1. GG's to our last opponent, and GG's to all the opponents we played in that set. The triple Kanto, triple Shadow, triple non-legendary line manages to go 4-1. We have dropped a few points recently, as we have been trying some spice. You might have seen me post a Hariyama video earlier, and let me tell you, that was an absolute epic fail. But you can see there, we do recover some points, so we get back into the mid 2400s. I'd just like to say thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one.